Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique, where I take a look at a different tabletop games project every weekday at 1:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give my honest thoughts on how that Kickstarter project's being ran. So if you enjoy that kind of weird, wild content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below as I'm trying to reach 9,000 subscribers to celebrate my 9th anniversary of making YouTube content. But today I'm very excited to be checking out the 16th most popular project on all the tabletop games, or games I do believe. It is Wicked and Wise, an asymmetric, trick-taking team game of dragons and mice, and I love the fact that they've mentioned the two major mechanisms I need to know right now. Asymmetric trick-taking game. Right from the door, you know if this is probably going to be a game that you're going to be interested in. For me personally, absolutely. That is my jam. I love asymmetric. I love trick-taking game, and I love the fact they mentioned that right out the jump. It's already raised $16,000. It's funded. It's going to happen. It's a thing. That gets me excited. And I do love the use of this right here to let me know that it's 2 to... Is that 2 to 6 or 2 to 4? Oh, no, it went away. And that's one thing I always recommend is make these big enough, because I think that's 2 to 6, 45 to 70 minutes, ages 8 plus, but that could just be a little bit bigger. I think it'd be a little bit easier to see from the offset. 2 to 6 players also gets me very intrigued. And 45 to 70 minutes, like, yeah, this is what it looks like at the main image. But once again, how long are people really going to look at this image? Because as soon as they click on the video, it goes away. So I'd make that so everyone could read it from the jump, but I love the fact the information is there. So 596 backers have made this a reality. When I go into a video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? And how much is it? If you don't have a video, I'm thinking, why the hell do you not have a video? But luckily, there's a video here. So as always, let's get into it.
Wicked and Wise takes you into the Dragon's Den to show off your trick-taking skills. Wicked and Wise is an asymmetric team trick-taking game for 2 to 6 players that plays in about 45 to 70...
Now, I love this picture right here. It showcases to me that, wow, this is some really good-looking artwork, but it's also, I'm seeing the cards, I'm seeing what it looks like, I'm seeing the tokens. I like that they've kind of given me an idea of what the box size is. I imagine this is going to be one of the smaller boxes, like the kind you get from like a blue-orange game style thing. Maybe it's magnetic glass. I don't know. We'll get into that.
Players take on the role of either the dragons, who are playing a trick-taking game, or the dragon's clever mouse, who is changing the rules of the trick-taking game and sneaking cards to their dragon partner.
What?
Wicked and Wise takes classic trick-taking and adds in goals, abilities, and treasures that change the rules of the trick or help players gain more coins. After 3 rounds, the team with the most coins wins.
Okay.
Choose between gaining coins or treasures that can turn the game in your team's favor.
Victory point. Okay, long-term, short-term.
Do you only care about achieving your goals? Or do you also want to cause the other team to fail at theirs? Will you risk everything to win big? Or will you play it safe? It's all up to you in Wicked and Wise.
Okay. I felt like that was a really nice pitch video right there. I don't quite understand what I'm doing on the mouse side, but I got a feel for the game, and I know as an asymmetric. And then, so here's what I'm saying about that main video, too. Even if they finish the video, it's still, because Kickstarter says get bent, doesn't even take you. Browse the rewards. Wow, okay. Anywho, I thought the video was well done. Do I want it? Yes. Did not stay its welcome. Looked at me at the components, showed me a little bit about the gameplay. As an asymmetric trick-taking fan, I'm in. So can you do it? How much is it? Can you do it? Weird Giraffe Games. I know this is a company. I actually have one of their games on my shelf of shame. Unfortunately, that still needs to get reviewed. We got 3 people in here in the customer service, and so we got 10 games created. So there's a pedigree. There's a track record here. Let's check out, see how many games they have outstanding. Make sure. So right now we're just making sure none of these are flaming dumpster fires in the comment sections, really. You know, it's okay if the game's not out necessarily. Oh, wow. What is this? So this is, oh my goodness, this is so nice. So estimate delivery done in work to do. So right now we're working on the rules. Everything else is done. Okay. Estimate delivery February 2022. Cargo ship. This is really nice. I like this. I want this to be industry standard. This makes my job so much easier. Wow, that is top notch. I am writing that down so I can send people to these projects right here, because this is just such a good idea. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. And is this, I don't know, this is not prevalent, because I click all the time, every single day, quite literally, on people's previous projects, and I have never been just like, wowed. So let's make this industry standard. I love this. Looks like a Jamie Stegmaier type move, where it's like, this is how you create brand loyalty, by doing little things like that. I love it. Thanks to all the 1,955 backers. This is only possible because of you. Awesome. So even, yeah, this is great. So this game is clearly not out, and they let me know that right from the jump. Let's check it out. They did it this one. Estimated delivery, November 2020. I love this. Love this transparent project management by Weird Graph. I am also in agreement. Awesome. So this one, currently, we're just doing the surveys, and then it's going to get to the next stuff. November. Estimated delivery, wait, to do. So it's, where is it? Where is it now? I think the white means it's happening now, right? In the work. No, it's the yellow. So what's the white? The white kind of looks different from the gray. Is that just me? See, that looks brighter than those, and that's why I'm a little bit confused. But still, I love this idea, just period. So that one's not out as well. So 2 games pending. Done. So this one shipped, and look at that. And this goes. So 1,500 comments. Uh-oh. Hopefully there was something wrong with the game. Played the game a few times. Very fun and easy to teach. One small questions. Do you? I find a ticket. Okay, so yeah, but like how other, so the game is out, it's a thing. Wait, so I do want to read. I still have not received the game yet. Was given no confirmation when submitting a trouble ticket. We will be answering tickets as we can. We both have day jobs and to answer tickets. And look at this. So I can see 5 months, 5 months. It's not like 5 months, 1 month ago. Because this is unfortunately, this is way too prevalent. I'll get to this right here on previous Kickstarters. It'll be like 5 months ago, Dustin said this. And then it'll be like 7 days ago, Weird Draft Games. Now that they know they need to not have people, in their comment section saying, hey, I still have a problem. You never responded to me. So this is good customer service. That's what I'm getting at there. I like to see that. And then look at here. So awesome. This is so good. Weird Giraffe Games is going to get so many call-outs now for this. This is, God! Simon, steal this. Everyone steal this. That is great. 378 comments. That means the game's out. It's not a flaming dumpster fire. Still haven't got my copy. Received the game in Brisbane, Australia. And when you see this, a lot of times this just means that but they do need to respond to that. That's received in Germany last week. Just received the shipping notice for my game. So yes, they do have that issue. Go take care of Paul. But other than that, I feel comfortable. Can you do it? Is a yes. And I'm really glad. I honestly already expected that, because I know that they put out quite a lot of games. But this right here, I am so glad I clicked on this, because that is mwah, beautiful. Okay, so can you do it? Yes. Do I want it? Yes. Felt like the video was well done. So that just leaves how much is it? Hopefully we don't beat around the bush and we get straight to the price. And also, I am curious to know why this isn't potentially more popular, because I feel like this is asymmetric trick-taking. Games like this can go gangbusters on Kickstarter. Games like this, they can catch fire. If the right person sees it, the right person shares it. And why is that not the case with this? Because this looks really cool from the offset. And then the whole aspect of playing as a dragon and a mouse, like every time you do it, but then the dynamics, so you could be good at being a dragon, but not the best at the mouse. So you might, it just gets my gaming brains churring. So Dragon's complete in a variety of ways, but so the first thing is, I'd love to see a price right here. Like, why can't we just slap it on? Just $28, $30, whatever it is. It just seems kind of like a no-brainer, because I'm sold. I personally like it when it's just at the beginning, especially if it's a cheap price, which I imagine this price is going to be relatively low, because, that's some cardboard pop-outs as cards. Box. Not much here. Not saying that in a negative way. I mean, it's a trick-taking game. What do you expect? Dragon's complete in a variety of ways, but one of their favorite ways is by playing trick-taking games, and Wicked and Wise players are either the dragons that are particularly, so yada yada yada. They're telling me a little bit about the gameplay. To have a theme version of Euchre, Euchre. So if you don't know Euchre, it is massively popular in certain areas of the Midwest, in particular where I'm from, Fort Wayne, Indiana. I grew up playing Euchre. I love Euchre, so I immediately love this quote. Hats off, Purple Phoenix. To have a theme version of Euchre to play that also adds so many interesting new decisions. So this is like Euchre Plus. Oh my God, I'm so in. That is the quote you lead with. I love that choice of quotes right there. And so many interesting new decisions and teammate roles and physical scorekeeping components, just hits on every level. Yes, because before you had to do like a card system with the 4 and the 6, or 2 and the 8 if you're one of those people. Awesome. I like that quote. And they led with just one. It's clean. It's clear. It's not like 16 quotes. I got to scroll through one, and I think they chose a really good one. And once again, I don't put this on Purple Phoenix. I put this on Weird Giraffe Games for knowing the one to choose. Because a lot of times you see these quotes, it's like, it's so fun, it's great, I love it, I can't wait to play it again. It's like, but that doesn't tell me anything about the game. What's in the box? 60 basic cards, 4 suits of 15 cards each. Okay. 17 treasure cards, 17 trump cards, 63 gold cards, 9 roll cards, 2 table talk cards. Ooh, 3 reference cards. I love it. Yes, reference cards, and 3 of them spectacular. Coin tokens. Wicked Wise is the freshest breath of air I've seen in a trick-taking game in a long time. So now we do get one of those quotes that's just filler and doesn't really tell us anything about the game. But watch the video here. What video do you... Oh, the video of them. Okay. And they assume they have that there? No, it doesn't. So why can't I watch Travis's game? Or maybe that's just a quote. Maybe that's why. Anywho, I still just need the price. That's all I need. Because I was impressed by your video. I truly... And to be honest with you, I don't even think most people would bat an eye if they see 10 created, 280 back. That just... I think people would feel comfortable at that point, knowing. How to play Wicked Wise. Is this just a straight, oh my gosh, I love you, Weird Giraffe Games. That's the first video I see as a how to play video. Yes. So immediately, as a backer, I feel more comfortable knowing that if I buy this, it's not going to be one of those games that sits on my shelf for months and months and months because I don't really want to go through the rule booklet, which happens with a lot of Kickstarter board games. Let's be honest. Blind play testing, for whatever reason, is still just something that some of these Kickstarter creators don't do. Okay, that's I'm off my soapbox. But yes, so this just makes me know, as a backer, I'm going to be able to play the game on my first game night when I want to play it. That's great. Wicked Wise overview. Wicked Wise is a strategic card game that uses trick-taking mechanics to determine... So once again, this is the third time I think you've told me about the mechanisms of the game, and I just want the price. Click here if you'd like to know more about how trick-taking games work. So we're talking to the newest of the new people. Okay. Wicked Wise, I don't have an issue with that, but I do have an issue with that being more important than the price and the pledge levels and the stretch goals, because this is funded if there is stretch goals or daily unlocks. Wicked Wise is an asymmetric team game where teams... Oh, wait, so 3 teams? This is a 3-team game? I would honestly have mentioned that a little bit earlier if it's not been mentioned, because asymmetric, trick-taking, and team-based games are 3 mechanisms that are not terribly common. Like, think about a lot of the games that you play on a routine basis. How many of them are team games? It's not typically common, I feel like, for most people, especially with a 45 to 75 minute games. That's a little bit of heft, it's not like a 15-20 minute games. This is the kind of game that you bust out on a game night. So I would spotlight that, because knowing that I can play 3 teams of 2, that just opens up the whole possibility right there. Like, think about it like this. If you have 6 players on a game night and you really love this game, you're probably not going to play it once. You're going to want to be like, now I want to be teammates with this person or that person because they're really good with the dragon, whereas I'm really good with this. And it's just, that's a selling point, I think, that should be spotlighted a little bit more, if it goes up to 3 teams. If it's only 2 teams, then I completely take it back. But teams are made up of either one dragon, but either way, I should know that. That is one thing that I don't know. Can I play this up to 3 teams? Because that gets me extra little bit of excited, because when's the last time you played a board game and you had 3 teams in it? Yeah. Dragon, mice, and duels will all draw their cards. Each team will choose one. So teams can choose, and we're getting into the gameplay here. Awesome. Cool. This is something I feel like, and they got moving parts, moving pictures. This is all good. Excellent. If I really want to know how to play the game, I could watch the video, or I could go through this. That's great. I just need... and a 2-player. And you have the 2-player. Excellent video right there. Awesome. 10 minutes, so that I'm going to learn how to play the 2-player version of it. And I always say this. This might just be a camera on a tripod. You do not... And I see people like, we'll get the gameplay video up in a month or a week or a couple days. Just be patient. It's like, no. Put something up. Get in front of a damn camera with a prototype. We don't care... That's not what this is, but still, it reeks of laziness to me when you see companies who don't do it. I guess I'm just on another tangent. Sorry. Designer for Tested List talks a bit about the 2-player version of the game. Each player count of Wicked. Oh, so this is from the designer of the game as well. Awesome, because that's, honestly, I'll give you a little behind the scenes. That's part of the reason why we have so many bad rule booklets, is because the people who play test the games get taught the game by the designer themselves, and the designer knows every single rule backwards and forwards, which means you never have to go to the rule booklet, you never have to do this, you never have to do that, which means that they have a very fun experience, and so that game designer then thinks, oh my gosh, the game is great, and then they skip that blind playtest phase, and that's where you get trouble. So I'm just loving the behind-the-scenes stuff that I'm seeing here. Continuing on. I actually like this 2-player variant quite a bit. It's intense, don't get me wrong, but it's also hard to make an interesting 2-player trick-taking game. Wicked and Wise definitely clears that threshold for me. Okay, and so that's a specific quote about the 2-player version of the game. I don't have an issue with that quote. I like that. All right, learn more. So it's just the price. I feel like we're really beating around the bush here to the price. The rules are main rules, player count guide. Awesome. So these are clickable. Excellent. Great. Get right to them. 8 pages. Let's see how to play video. And once again, spotlighting that right at the front. I think that's great. So, cool. Reviews. Wicked Wise is a sneaky little game that pulls you in and keeps you interested throughout its entirety, and that is a mark of a great game for me. It adds so many great new ideas to keep an old standard fresh and tasty. So it's like they used 100% of the amazing, all the compliments that I gave for the first one, and then this one, it's like, it's all just fluff to me. It's just fluff. It's a sneaky little game. What does that mean? How is it sneaky? Weird Giraffe does a lot of playtesting. Awesome. I mean, that's exactly what I love to hear. That's spectacular. The game takes trick-taking to a whole new level. Not only does it add new elements to basic trick-taking, but this game can be played with 2 players to 6 players. Wicked Wise is some of the most fun I have had and had a trick-taking game in some time. Yeah. When part of your quote is just mentioning the player count, I mean, it's like, yeah.
Hey, everybody.
So this is gameplay overview. Cool. I love trick-taking games. I will say that's the one thing that I'm missing here is just a full gameplay video. Because this is a gameplay overview. That's not what I want. I want a full gameplay video. I want to see exactly what's going on. I don't need that. I personally don't care. I don't watch those. I prefer the short 10-minute do. But I know a lot of people base a lot of things on that, so that's why I say that. I love trick-taking games, and I love when a designer comes out with a new concept that excites me. The asymmetric powers plus the treasure cards are spicy additions to the genre, like that one. Okay, I'm done. I don't need to see a preview. What do you say? If you have a crew that plays trick-taking games and loves them, I think they will love Wicked and Wise. The game is mind-blowing. Okay, quotes, more stuff. Cool. I got my buddy Jeremy's. Oh no, it's Justin. Never mind. Okay, so here we go. $25. Oh my gosh, why is this hidden so far? I am 16 minutes into this Kickstarter page, and I'm just now finding out about the spectacular price. $25, I don't think twice. I don't hesitate. You know, people pay $140, $200, $300, $400 freaking dollars on Kickstarter. You know, $25. And I actually did a poll on this very recently. Like, what was the amount of money where you really start to put a little bit more thought into your Kickstarter purchases? And the zero, I think it was $0 to $25, was one where a good chunk of people, they like the video, they like whatever, it's just bam, don't even put in the research. So get them that price earlier. Plus you get the print and play, awesome. I doubt many people will probably want both, but I still love the fact that they're offering it. It's player count link on page confirms 6 players can be 3 teams. So yeah, I would totally spotlight that, because once again, that is such a unique aspect that you don't see in too many hobby board games. Unless you're dipping into the party game genre, but that's a whole different beast. So now we have the $45. Wow, what's 40? Oh, it's a playmat. Okay, have we spotlighted this playmat? I don't think I've seen the playmat spotlighted, which I think is a little bit of a misstep, especially because playmats get people excited. You know, I should see the zoomed-in close-up of the edges of this are sexy or whatever. So we got a nice, clean area here. I'm going to guess the $45 is more popular, but I'm going to guess that it's not by a huge margin. That's my prediction. So, the print and play, 20. Okay, so we got 345 to 149. Okay, so what that tells me is that, yeah, maybe we should do some more spotlighting of that play map. Because the bottom line is, when people come to a Kickstarter, I feel like most of the time, they want the whale. They want everything. And this actually looks like a very functional playmat. You know, I see some text on here. So this looks like the kind of planet playmat that I would absolutely want, but it's not that popular because maybe you didn't spotlight it beforehand. Maybe we need to mention a little bit earlier so then people can just sit on and say, oh yeah, I want that playmat, I want that playmat. And so when they see the pledge level without the playmat, it's like, oh, nope, keep going. And boom, they see $45. I don't know. I'm just trying to think, like, of the typical Kickstarter shopper, and it's really hard to do. And so is 5 players. Interesting. The playmat. So how do you play 5 players? That's really intriguing. The playmat is currently 14 to 24 inches and helps with the game setup. So that's a big honker. Awesome. 1 foot plus by 2 foot. So buy back now. Kickstarter limit. Help us discounted. Awesome retailer stuff. Stretch goals. No. Why are stretch goals unlocked? Like, so if stretch goals are happening, higher. Because as always, pivot. So once the game is funded, cool. Awesome. But then it's like, once the game is actually funded, then the whole goal is to just build that excitement and the buzz, because this is going to be the best possible game. People already know the game's going to come out, but now it's like, how good could the game possibly get? And that's dictated by stretch goals, unlocks, that sort of stuff. So let's see. I always feel like stretch goals should be higher. Stretch goals will be revealed soon. Oh, so they're not there. Now that is a big oof. Like that one, that's just, you can't have that. That can't happen. Like, that's... How do you not have your stretch goals prepared? Like, even just letting us know what they are. I mean, it doesn't have to even look super sexy. I mean, you prefer it looks super sexy. But why do I come back to the Kickstarters? Maybe the whole idea is that you're going to get that wave of people who come back to the Kickstarter because they want to see what the stretch goals are. But I don't. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, but I think you gotta have stretch goals. At least one, or at least, something there. Because that's part of the tickling that Kickstarter algorithm, as I always talk about. Check out the 3 links down below. They're not my links, but they talk all about the algorithm and how you can get higher on the popularity chart, because when you're higher on the popularity chart, people are much more likely to just stumble onto your game and say, whoa, 6-player asymmetric trick-taking game? What? So I think especially with a game like this, being higher on that popularity chart is super important, because this is such a unique game. Asymmetric trick-taking, when's the last time you saw one of those on Kickstarter? We see a lot of minis game, we see a lot of massive adventures game, and we see, but this is different. Help us reach 5 of the 7 social goals, and we'll add a most wise and most wicked card to the game. Awesome! If we meet all 7 goals, we'll include a special promo card in the game as well. So I would recommend having this higher. I think maybe conglomerating just your stretch goals together, because I just think it's good. I'm not in it for the stretch goals so much as the good gameplay from more independent publishers. Okay. Help us reach 5. So this is the other thing too. I know it's a lot of work, but if you could just let us know how close we are, if this says 96 BGG fans out of 100, I'm like, okay. I would click on it right now. And that's the other thing. This is the sin. This has got to be clickable. These, I imagine this is all one image, but I think that would be really good if this was just its own image. Click on it, takes me straight to the Board Game Geek page for this. Same with Twitter, same with Facebook, same with Discord, same with all of these. I just feel like people are much more likely to do it if it's this instead of opening a whole new window, going to Twitter, trying to type in your thing. I think that's just shooting yourself in the foot a little bit there. Here's the links. Oh, so here's the links. So, okay, so this is, okay, I take it back. Take backsies. But still, I'm so bad at that. Every single day, it's like, I go on a rant, and then it's like, oh, keep reading. Okay, so Twitter, so it's clickable. I give them a pass. It'd still be nicer if it was in the thing, but I know that's a lot of work. Shipping info. We'll be charging shipping after the campaign ends. This ensures you get charged the shipping you deserve, no more, no less. By doing this, but you still have an estimate, yes. Because I was going to be like, no! But no, it's like, okay, estimate, fine. $9, $12, I'm going to guess padded flat rate shipping envelope, maybe something of that ilk. Actually, that $12 rate is really solid. That is that's not a bad price. This is a really, but I'm going to assume it doesn't come with the VAT. But still, if you don't deal with that, that's a really hot shipping rate, I do believe. Well, $12. $9. Now they think, yeah. Regarding the $45 pledge, a print and play doesn't sound very appealing, right? HQ print and play, Wicked and Wise playmat. Well, the print and play is included in everything. The big difference between that is it's a $20 playmat, is you get the playmat. But yeah, if it was a $20 print and play, that would be terrible. Oh, Mimi's calling me. Oh my gosh, we're going to break the fourth wall. My mother-in-law is currently calling me. Hello?
Hello?
Is this an emergency?
No, go ahead. Call me back later.
I'm in the middle of a live stream. I appreciate your patience, but that's my mother-in-law, so I gotta answer it. I mean, you get that. Hopefully it didn't lag me. We still here? We good? Yeah, apologies. Scoozies. Please keep in mind these are estimates based on the current state of shipping, which is not great. I hope their shipping situation goes back. So I don't have a huge issue with that at all. Weird Giraffe Games. So we got with the team behind it. I can tell. Good deal of polish here. Follow Weird Giraffe on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Board Game, and around. Media coverage coming soon. Okay. Thank you so much. See, I feel like this is stuff that, like, what is going to go there? Isn't it just the videos? I don't know. All right. So, final grade after we get to the FAQs, updates, comments. And so, how many retailers we got? 9 retailers. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so I think I'd spotlight that playmat maybe just a little bit more. Just get it in my mind that I want the playmat. Like, right from the jump, I want the playmat. It looks functional. And because maybe it was. I think it might have been featured on the video. Perhaps. Okay. Anywho, let's check out the FAQs, the updates, the comments. FAQ. So we got FAQ nothing. All right. We're funded. So I can tell immediately this is not a good update because there's no engagement. And this is one of the biggest parts This is why sometimes you'll see like a multi-million-dollar project getting beat out by other projects, is because of how you handle this area right here, updates, comments, and then also how many people you have coming in from outside. So there are other factors that focus in on it. But this is a huge chunk of it, because Kickstarter, if people are coming here and people are commenting and people are getting engaged on Kickstarter, that's what Kickstarter wants. They want you to spend as much time as humanly possible on this website. And if projects are getting people engaged with Kickstarter via your project, then that's a big deal. And now my wife is calling me. I'm going to guess. Okay. Okay. Put it in the first stretch goal. Okay. We're so wonderful. This game has been amazing so far, and it's all due to you. Together we've guaranteed... Oh, so we're going to hear about the stretch goal. Improve card stock. So, cool. That's good. But once again, maybe just like some sort of image here. Some sort of example. Even if it's just ripped straight from the website of the people who do the card stock. Oh, I understand. A print and play lets you play the game a long time before the final copy gets to you. Ah, that is a solid point. I wonder how many people actually do. I'm going to make a poll on this. I imagine it's very low. But have you ever created a print and play version of a game? I did it once. I did it once a long time ago. Someone was like, hey, do you do print and play stuff? And I was like, what? What does that even mean? And then they're like, hey, yeah, we'll send you the print and play and do a review. And I did it, and I was like, dear God, this is terrible. I'm never doing it again. It's a lot of cutting. It is a lot of cussing. It's a lot of cutting. It's a lot of putting things together, and a lot of cussing, potentially. And you better hope that game's good. All right, let him finish on cards. So these are cool stretch goals, and they're micro stretch goals. These are the kind of stretch goals that you would need to check back every once in a while to check to see if they're hitting them. But I would take these and I'd put that on that page, and then I would bump it up a little bit, maybe spruce it up just a bit with just some sort of image. Okay, we finally achieved the first stretch goal so fast, so thank you for all your help with that. We always ask to put quality first in stretch goals, so the current goals are to make the game feel really great. There will be more goals released as we hit them. And I like how you put that there, and I might also include that down in the stretch goal section. So here at Weird Giraffe Games, we want to focus our first stretch goals on making this game, physically as good as it can possibly be. Or I don't know. But, ooh, that's a really solid poll question as well. Which stretch goals do you prefer? Do you prefer ones that, like, quite literally make the game better, like, component-wise, like quality, feeling? Or do you prefer ones that are cards? Would you rather be like, I'd rather have, say, 2 or 3 cards than nicer cards? That is a really intriguing question, because I'm more on the card thing. But that's another poll. Hopefully I don't forget it. Main comments. One of the best parts of the Kickstarter is getting to know the people who support us better. We love to use the comments to get to know you better. For this time, we'd love to know what role you're looking forward to most in Wicked Wise, the trick-taking, the game-manipulating mouse. Okay, so you do ask a question, but you say to leave the answer in the comments. All right, so, and that's going to be my barometer, because we can infer that, if there's 20 comments of people answering this question, then those 20 comments would then be in the updates. Yes, make component quality better. Okay, so A. Frank, all about that component quality. Thank you. We are also appreciated and humbled by the response of Wicked Wise. It's been a complete joy to work on this. We can't wait to bring the game to you. I'm interested in mousing my partner's hand to victory. Okay. So that's one person who just decided to put it there. So now I do want to count. How do you plan to ship the playmat? Please don't say folded. I'm not sure exactly how we'll ship them, but typically we ship them in boxes rolled up. I'm not even sure how you'd fold the playmat. This seems like it'd be really hard for it to stay folded. Okay. And there, wow, hack it to reach. Probably speaking from personal experience. Yeah, if you're folding your playmat, then no, that would be terrible. It's gonna make like creases and like, yeah. I bet they had to do it to save shipping though, because shipping those big long tubes, that sucks. All right, I'm most excited to play the dual role. My wife and I play a lot of 2-player games, but so this is someone answering the comments versus updates, and that's interesting. Interesting. Faqs in the Force is a lot of fun, even if I get tricked into greedy too often. And this is what I talk about. And this is why it's so important to ask questions in your updates, because it's not just that people are going to answer, it's that people are going to get side talk going, like Bobby now talking about a different trick-taking game, which then I would highly recommend being your next question, because it's just such a no-brainer. What's your favorite trick-taking game? And then you can even go a step further in the next one, a little bit meta, and say, last time we talked about your favorite current trick-taking games, but what was the trick-taking game that got you into trick-taking games? Do you have any fond childhood memories of trick-taking games? And all of a sudden, you get people eating them member berries, talking about playing games with their grandma, and they're relating that to your Kickstarter, and then it's also tickling your Kickstarter algorithm, and it's just, engage your audience. And Avatar's killing me right now. Their updates are just absolutely hot garbage, and it's just like, if you just asked a simple question about Avatar, you would have about 1,000 comments. But instead, you don't. It's just... ugh. Okay. I'm most excited to play the mouse, the power behind the throne, so to speak. After watching the how to play video, I had a couple questions to the mouse, and so cool. Yes, the mouse, and so they answered it. They're on it, and I believe Fortessa is the creator, and so good. I'm seeing collaborators up in here, which means we're gonna have a pop-in comment section. Awesome! Congratulations, Tessa. I'm very proud of you. I was told myself I need to take a month. The game looks awesome. So it doesn't look like too many people answered the question. So it looks like we had 3, but still, that's more comments than we ended up getting, and that's more comments than some projects get, just period. I mean, I checked out one yesterday where it was like 0, 0, 0, 2, 0, and it's like, mix it up, do something different. Final grade on Wicked and Wise. I think I got everything I want here. Do I want it? Yeah, I was sold in the video. Can you do it? Yeah. Great pedigree, and I just see this. And this is what I always say. Weird Draft Games looks like a member of the Kickstarter community, and you're just more inclined to want to support them. So, can you do it? Yes. How much is it? I feel like it's a solid price. I personally would just go for the $25 version. I didn't feel like I was sold well enough on the playmat, and that's what people are going right here. But $25, I would spotlight that at the door, because that is a solid price, especially for a 45 to 75-minute game that plays teams. It's got a how-to-play video, and it's a trick-taking game, which means it's not going to be terribly complex. It's going to be a game that because there are some games in your collection that you get it out, and you know it's going to take us about 20 to 30 minutes to get this thing even up and running, because we don't remember how to play the rules, whereas this, you get this out, 10 minutes, you're up and good. Awesome. So in the end, I'm going to give this an A-, I guess. I'm really kind of intrigued to see why this one is not more popular. So let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I think this has everything that you really need here. It looks like a rock-solid Kickstarter. I think you talked about the price a little bit earlier, but other than that, I'd be very intrigued, because it's funded $16,000, but it's every project has the potential, to just explode. I wonder what is the most popular trick-taking tabletop game of all time. I need to start doing some research into this. Like, what is the average that a trick-taking game gets on Kickstarter? Because there's just certain genres that don't do very well. Like a lot of the mass-market style games do terribly on here, because that's just not the market. So let me know in the comments below if you have any favorite trick-taking game that you've gotten off Kickstarter, and then I'm interested. So 8 new, 859, United States, primarily the United States. Okay. Interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye-bye.